Hi, Amber here, and this week we're in the kitchen. You might notice it looks a little different. I have a different kind of video for you. Someone recently brought it to my attention that I used to do more food-focused videos, especially around making and eating healthy vegan food and sometimes vegan treats as well. So I thought I would do a little food demo for you. Just a simple recipe that's one of my go-tos. This is pretty much what I've been having for breakfast, like pretty much every day. And it's a simple chocolate overnight oats that I've been making. So the things, and you can always feel free to mix this up and play around with it to suit your own taste, but the things that you'll need for this one that I've been doing is, well, some kind of container to put it in, obviously. And you'll need some oats. You can do regular oats, you can do gluten-free oats, whatever floats your boat. Some stevia or whatever, some kind of sweetener. Baking cocoa, this is just the simple unsweetened baking cocoa. It doesn't have any sugar or anything added to it. So there's that. So I just got the Kroger one here. But you can get whatever one is available to you. And then chia seeds. Yep, we all know what chia seeds are, I think. And then some dates. These can be any kind of dates. These are really basic deglet nor, just like the dates you get at the grocery store, like the regular, not too expensive ones. If you want to use medjool, that's fine too. You might use less medjool than these, just depending on how big the dates are. So whatever kind of dates that you like or that you want to use are fine. This is just what I had. And then I use some turmeric. This part's optional, but because Dr. Greger says in How Not to Die with the Daily Dozen about how much turmeric is beneficial for helping fight inflammation, I feel like, especially right now with everything going on, we want to really boost our immune systems. So I think that the non-inflammatory benefits of turmeric are good to just kind of sneak in here. But if you don't have it, you can still make this recipe. So yeah, this is a vegan recipe. It can easily be made gluten-free if you'd like. So what I'm going to do is just take my oats. Hope you guys can see this okay. And I'm going to take a cup, 1 cup of oats. Just grab that out of here. Around the cup. Sometimes I like to do like a heaping cup because I like to eat a lot of oats for breakfast. So do a heaping cup of oats. And then we're going to take some of our dates. So normally I would do this as a batch to a meal prep, more than one of these at a time. But for the purpose of this video, I'm just doing the one. So for these dates, I usually use 1 or 2, usually 2 dates lately, because I like it nice and sweet and yummy. So, and I would just take some kitchen shears and cut the dates up. I'm just kind of cutting the dates up into little pieces. You can see it's little pieces like that. Try not to knock them on the floor like I just did with one of them. So I'm just going to cut up little pieces of our dates. And then so you have the 2 dates in there. I always wash off the kitchen shears right away after that, because otherwise they just get kind of sticky and it's harder to get off. So I just went over to the kitchen for a sec and just put some water on these and wiped them off so that they're not dirty and sticky. So anyway, there you go. You got the oats with the dates in there. Then next, I'm going to grab my chia seeds. Grab 1 tablespoon and put 1 tablespoon of chia seeds. Just dump it in the oats. I love recipes like this because you can just mix a bunch of stuff together and it makes this easy, wonderful, delicious thing. So we got that. Then we'll grab our turmeric that we have here. This is the optional part. And grab just 1/4 teaspoon. So not tablespoon. A 1/4 teaspoon of this, kind of try to level it off, because you don't want the flavor of this to overpower your oats. You just want it in there for the benefit. And then just dump that in there. Then we grab our baking cocoa here. This is what's going to make it nice and chocolatey. So if you're a chocolate lover, this is for you. And then we grab 2 about level. It doesn't have to be perfect. Sometimes I use 1.5. Sometimes it just depends. But I've been using about 2 tablespoons of the cocoa powder because I like mine really chocolatey. And then last ingredient to add in here, but certainly not least, is the stevia. You definitely do not want to skip the stevia because otherwise cocoa by itself, the unsweetened cocoa, can make it kind of bitter. So unless you want like a really bitter cocoa flavor, then you definitely want to add the stevia or at least some kind of sweetener. You could use sugar here if you want, but I like to keep this, you know, not as sugary but still sweet. So I love stevia as an alternative. And I'm just going to grab, I don't measure this very precisely, I'm just going to grab a tablespoon here, just a household tablespoon, and fill it up. And then just kind of drizzle it over there. And I won't use the whole thing for this because that's going to be too much stevia. Just kind of drizzle it. I can always eyeball this. If you can see, it just kind of drizzled on there over the cocoa. And you can tell like it's a good amount to make the cocoa more sweet. So you definitely want to overdo it. Just put a little drizzle. You can always taste, if you're not sure, you can always taste test it a little bit as you go. And then add more as you go. So start with a little bit and then add more as you go. So there we've got our dry ingredients here. The oats, the chopped dates, the stevia, cocoa powder, the little bit of turmeric in there, and the chia seeds. For those chia seeds I like just because they add omega-3s, which is always good for us to get. So they add some omega-3s into our breakfast, and they just give it this sort of gel. They kind of gel up and they give it this extra creamy texture. Plus it makes it a little more filling and satisfying. So I'm going to grab my cup here, 1 cup. I'm going to go over to my sink. So give me a sec here. I'm going to fill this cup up with some water. And I'm just going to take my cup of water and carefully pour the water over my oats. Once I do that, voila, I just grab a spoon and I'm just going to mix this up really well. Now something you want to do as you're mixing this up is I really like to kind of get the oats mixed in with the chocolate so it's all evenly mixed up as much as possible. Now, you know, again, it doesn't have to be perfect. We're not about being fussy here on my channel with this stuff. But I like to look at the bottom. You can kind of see here where there's less chocolate. So I want to kind of make sure that the cocoa's being evenly dispersed. And it's going to take a minute here where I'm just going to mix this up for a minute into thing. What's really great about this, especially if you're someone who's busy and you just want a healthy breakfast but you feel like you don't have time, is that these things, you can just grab them and go. Like if you prep these ahead of time, and like I usually do like 3 or 4 of these at once and then have them every day. And I get up in the morning and you can eat it cold or you can just pop it in the microwave for, usually I do 1 minute to 1.5 minutes. You can kind of play around with the timing of that. Lately I've been doing about 1 minute and 10 seconds. So just kind of play around with that. If you warm it up too much, it might make it a little too dry. So it just depends on how you like your oats. But if you don't warm it up enough, then obviously it won't be as warm. But I mean, just being able to have convenience of getting up, having a healthy breakfast like this, really simple, already made, that you can just pop into the microwave or not. And then usually I will top something like this with, you know, like I've been really into like making homemade jams and stuff lately, and really simple. If you want me to do a video about that, comment below. Maybe I can do a homemade jam recipe video for you. It's like 2 or 3 ingredients. I mean, love it. They do like a homemade or store-bought jam on here, or sometimes I'll put like some non-dairy yogurt or some peanut butter, or you could put some fruit on this to top it, or you could just eat it as is if you want, or drizzle some maple syrup. There really are lots of possibilities of ways you could dress this up and have it. But there it is. You can go. And I just pop this in the fridge and let it sit overnight. I don't think you technically have to let it sit overnight. I think you can let it sit less than that. But I usually just let it sit overnight, and then in the morning it's ready to go for breakfast. So if you try this out, definitely let me know in the comments below. And if you like this kind of video, if you want to see more cooking videos from me, definitely comment and let me know, because it's always helpful to get that information. And also, you know, give this a like, so that lets me know that you like these kind of videos. Subscribe to the channel for more content about eating vegan, about yoga, health, well-being, simplifying, all the good stuff. So, without further ado, take really good care of yourself, and I come out with new videos pretty much every Monday, and I will see you back next time. Bye!